What if I told you that there's a chemical in your brain that quietly dictates almost every decision you make? What you eat, how long you scroll, whether you finish a task or abandon it halfway, and even how you fall in love. And what if I told you that this same chemical might be the reason you feel stuck, unmotivated, addicted, or constantly chasing more? That chemical is dopamine. And it's not just about pleasure. It's about survival, repetition, and control. Today, you're going to discover exactly what dopamine is doing to your brain, and why, for many of us, it's become a hidden puppeteer behind our daily behavior. Stick around, because once you understand this, you won't look at your habits or yourself the same way again. Let's begin. Most people think dopamine is just a pleasure chemical, like it's the thing that makes you feel good when you eat chocolate, get likes on a photo, or hear your favorite song. But here's the truth. Dopamine isn't the feeling of pleasure. It's the anticipation of it. It's not the reward. It's the drive. The signal that says, this might be worth it. Go get it. Dopamine is what lights up in your brain before the cookie touches your tongue, before the notification lights up your phone. It's the reason you feel that itch to check your messages again, even when you checked them 2 minutes ago. It's also the reason you procrastinate, binge, scroll, swipe, and repeat the same habits, even when you consciously want to stop. Because dopamine doesn't care about what's good or bad for you. It only cares about what's novel, what's stimulating, and what worked last time. Let's break it down. Every time you do something your brain interprets as potentially rewarding, like eating sugar, playing a video game, gambling, or even daydreaming, your dopamine neurons fire. They send a message. Hey, that felt good. Let's do it again. The brain takes notes. Literally. It rewires itself slightly, strengthening that pathway. It's called dopaminergic reinforcement. Over time, this system becomes incredibly efficient at predicting what might bring pleasure and pushing you toward it. But there's a catch. The more often your brain is flooded with dopamine spikes, the more it adapts. It becomes less sensitive. Just like someone builds a tolerance to caffeine or alcohol, your brain can build a tolerance to dopamine. What does that mean? It means the same things that used to feel exciting start to feel dull. So what do? We increase the dose. We scroll longer, eat more, chase more intense experiences, open another tab, buy something new. And slowly, without realizing it, we become dependent on constant stimulation just to feel normal. That's when the cycle starts to turn against us. Now, here's where things get deeper. Your brain wasn't designed for this world. Dopamine evolved to help us survive in environments where rewards were rare and valuable, like finding food in the wild, discovering shelter, or connecting with others. A spike in dopamine said, "This is important. Remember this." But today, you can get a dopamine spike every few seconds, just by looking at a screen. You don't have to hunt. You don't have to wait. You don't even have to move. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Netflix, notifications, ads, snacks, porn, podcasts, AI. Everything's designed to feed your brain bite-sized dopamine hits over and over again. The result? We're constantly stimulated and chronically dissatisfied. We're overfed but undernourished, mentally, emotionally, and neurologically. Ever notice how hard it is to read a book now? Or to sit still in silence? Or to focus on a single task without reaching for your phone? That's not just a lack of discipline. That's a rewired dopamine system. And here's the scary part. The longer we stay in this loop, the harder it is to break because your brain doesn't forget what gave it that hit. It craves it, even when you know it's not good for you, even when you feel worse after doing it, even when you promise yourself just 5 more minutes. But there's hope. And here's where the transformation begins. You can reset your dopamine system. You can retrain your brain to feel joy and focus, peace and simplicity, and meaning and effort again. The process isn't instant, but it works. And it starts with a principle known as dopamine detox. It doesn't mean cutting out all pleasure from your life. It means becoming aware of what's hijacking your focus and giving your brain a chance to recalibrate. For one day, or even a few hours, you intentionally avoid high-stimulation activities, social media, sugar, streaming, video games, mindless scrolling. Instead, you choose low dopamine activities, walking, writing, journaling, meditating, doing nothing at all. At first, it will feel uncomfortable, boring even. That's a good sign. It means your brain is recalibrating its reward system. With time, the noise fades, and something amazing happens. You start enjoying things again. The real things, like conversations, books, sunlight, creating something, solving a problem, finishing what you started. You begin to feel alive again, not just stimulated. Because here's the truth that most people never hear. Dopamine isn't bad, it's essential. It drives motivation, learning, love, and achievement. But, like fire, it must be respected, or it burns. When you understand dopamine, you reclaim agency over your behavior. You begin to notice what's guiding your actions, and whether you truly want that guidance. You become less reactive, more intentional. You stop living on autopilot, and start designing your day, your focus, and your life. So what now? Start small. Turn off notifications. Go for a walk without your phone. Delete that app you know is eating your time. Take one day per week to unplug. Reclaim boredom as something sacred. And most of all, don't chase dopamine. Chase meaning, because meaning lasts longer than any spike. And when dopamine and meaning align, when your brain is rewarded for doing what truly matters, you're unstoppable. You don't just feel good. You feel whole. If this video made something click inside you, don't let it fade. Take one action, today, no matter how small, that brings you closer to clarity, presence, and control. Your brain is powerful, but it's not your enemy. It's waiting for you to take the lead.